tough three-game skid like coming up, or three-game skid. I don't know. I'm just here talking into a mic. All right, what up, Nebraska? It's your boy Go Big Ready, and we're back with another episode of Nebraska Uncensored. And yes, that's 2 episodes of Nebraska Uncensored already in the year 2023. I'm honestly pretty proud of myself. We're for real on this grind. I mean, it's only 2 episodes, but like, who cares? Today we're going to be talking about 2 things. Well, it'll be a lot of things, but 2 main specific things. It's going to be the 2 teams I expect in each class for the boys state basketball final, and this like crazy story that happened in Nebraska, and it's just like, it's kind of creepy and it's kind of scary, and I think we should talk about it. But other than that, thank you for listening to the last episode. If you guys are watching, don't forget to hit that sub button, and let's try and get to 1,000 subs. We're like at 672 right now, which is super dope. And here's the thing: if you comment your username in the comments and like the video, I will follow you back on TikTok. Okay, all you got to do is comment your TikTok username in the comments, and I'll follow you back on TikTok. So don't forget that. But other than that, let's get right into it. Let's talk about my 2 teams that I expect in each class for the boys state final. Let's get it. Here we go. My 2 teams that I expect in each class for the boys state final, and we're gonna start off with D2. We got Parkview Christian, the defending champs, who I think will be taking on Wynett. And Wynett's 7-0, and Parkview Christian is only 7-1. But Parkview Christian they're the defending champs, and that squad, they're pretty freaking scary good. And I don't even care if they're 7-1. They're my odds-on favorite to probably win the D2 state title and go back to back. Who knows? And then for D1, I got Maywood Hayes Center, who's 10-0. That's my favorite. I don't care if they're not the number 1 team. They're 10-0, and 10-0 is hard to get. And I also got Meade there. They're 9-1. They're like battling for number 1, Meade and Maywood Hayes Center. After that, we got C2, and I hope I don't butcher this, but and like every freaking top 10 I've seen, Donovan Trumbull is, did I say that right? Donovan Trumbull, yeah. In every single top 10, Donovan Trumbull is what? Like number 3, like number 2. They're not number 1, but they're also 10-0. And like, I don't care what level of basketball or what level of sport it is, 10-0 or staying undefeated is super hard to get. And getting to double-digit wins and staying undefeated is even more difficult. Like winning. We're Nebraska football fans. Like, if you're watching this, we know how hard 10 wins is to freaking get, even though, like, I mean, we were, like, kind of unsatisfied with that, but, like, we won't get into that. So, Donovan Trumbull is my favorite in, C2, and then also Freeman. They're both undefeated. I think it'll be a fun matchup, and I'm pretty sure they don't play each other this year, but we'll have to check. I don't have any of the schedules pulled up. I'd have to have, like 12 schedules pulled up right now. That's a lot of work, but now let's move on to C1, where we got Ashland-Greenwood, the defending state champs. They're my odds-on favorite because, listen, guys, Ashland-Greenwood has beat every team they've played by like 25-plus points. That's like a team that's playing to defend their crown. That's a team that's playing with a message to send. Like, yeah, we got the ship last year, and yeah, we only won on a buzzer beater, but this year it's not coming down to a buzzer beater. We're rolling through every freaking squad, and it's pretty cool to freaking watch. And I can't wait to go to Ashland-Greenwood and see a freaking game. So I'm going to come see you guys. It's going to be really exciting. But other than that, I got Pierce and Ogallala maybe meeting Ashland-Greenwood in the finals. Ashland-Greenwood doesn't play Ogallala in the regular season, but Ashland-Greenwood does play Pierce, and both Ashland-Greenwood and Pierce are undefeated right now, so who knows? But watch out for Pierce and Ogallala as well. For Class B, Scott is undefeated currently right now, and Scott is always good. Like at every sport, I mean, they kind of had an off year this year with football, but how do you bet against Scott when it comes to Class B athletics? And then it's really hard to decide, but like York, Crete, and Platteview are really good. Platteview has a really tough 3-game skid like coming up, or 3-game skid. I don't know. I'm just here talking into a mic, but Platteview has a pretty tough little 3-game stretch right now, and we'll see how they come out of that. And if they come out of that with 3 straight dubs, man, Platteview may be one of my favorites. Like they may surpass Scott right now, but Scott's my odds-on favorite. And then other than that, Platteview needs to win these next 3, and I definitely got Scott and Platteview in the final. And for Class A, you can't not pick Bell West. Bell West is just too good, but also, no, there's not, but also, I got Gretna as of right now. I know Gretna lost to Creighton Prep in the Metro Conference Holiday Tournament final, but those holiday tourneys, anything can happen. And I know Creighton Prep beat Gretna, and like Creighton Prep always has a good squad, but you also got to think about Westside. Westside, I think it's like what would you even call it? I don't know, a warrior year. I don't know what you would call it, but Westside's really good this year in all sports. But I also have one team from Lincoln you guys need to watch out for, and I am talking about the Lincoln High Lynx. They just won the HAC Holiday Tournament. They're 8-1, I'm pretty sure. They're on a little roll. They're only number 5 in the polls right now. I think they need to get a little bit of respect, but watch out for the Lincoln High Lynx. That squad is good, and they just won a Holiday Tournament. They're feeling great, and I think I may go catch some Lincoln High Link basketball. You never know. I'll see you guys in a bit. Who knows? And then, other than that, I need to figure out where to go. So I know I told you guys to comment your username and stuff, but also comment and tell me which games I should pull up to. Don't just tell me to pull up to your most, like your next game, okay? Like your most, like, what is it, recent game? No, most recent would be past. I don't know. Just don't tell me to pull up. Yeah, most recent. I don't know. Don't tell me to pull up to your very next game. Tell me to pull up to a game that you think is going to be awesome, that you think is going to go down to the wire, that's going to have a buzzer beater. And like, that will be like so much more fun and way more cool. And it'll show like the world that like Nebraska high school basketball is super dope. And then other than that, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be staying around Lincoln. Maybe we'll go pull up to like somewhere in Kearney, Grand Island, but I'm in Lincoln right now. So we're going to go, we'll see some Lincoln High, some Lincoln Southeast. I don't know. I'll be in Omaha next week. So that week we'll go maybe watch some West Side. Maybe we'll go watch some Gretna, maybe Bell West. Who knows? We already watched the Bell West game, but they're freaking good. And I'm a T-Bird, so how are you guys going to get mad at me for wanting to go watch my school? But now, let's get into this crazy, insane Nebraska like story. It's a story like from Omaha, and like the dude went to another country, and like it's crazy. Okay, let's get into it. All right, guys, this story is crazy. It's kind of sad. It's creepy. It's scary and everything. But before we get into this is all just like my opinion, or anything that I have that I'm reading from this article is just an opinion, and this is all just alleged, and it's all alleged by like officials, like people like that are like trying to send this guy to jail. So like no one trying to sue me, okay? So let's get right into this. Ex-boyfriend waited an hour near Omaha woman's home before killing her, officials allege. So basically, this dude shot his ex-girlfriend in the chest after she went on a date with another man. He waited an hour outside her northwest Omaha home before she returned. And the craziest part is I'm pretty sure he was like there, like or out watching her on the date. Like that's what I read. Like I skimmed through this article like earlier. So earlier the night of the alleged killing, the woman had gone on a date at the Good Life Bar off 180th and Pacific Street, if you guys can like picture where that is. And according to the affidavit, she told her friend that the date went great, minus one thing. The dude that allegedly took her life was texting her and calling her all night to the point where like she wanted to like turn off her phone. Like she was trying to have a good time with this new man she found, you know? And then she left the Good Life Bar at around like 11:30 p.m. and she texted the dude that she was on the date with that she had a great time and that she made it home. And the dude like texted her back and like was like, oh well, yeah, great time. And then he tried to contact her again at 12:55 p.m. and received no response. And this is why, basically. The dude that allegedly took her life was there, literally at the Good Life Bar watching, and then left at 10:30 p.m. or at around 10:30 p.m. It was all caught on surveillance video that his car was at the Good Life Bar and went to go wait outside the woman's home or near the woman's home until she left the date. So the dude was literally like watching her on this date, and that's just crazy. Like the guy was even saying that like they were still dating and everything, but like the deputies or sheriffs or whatever asked like the woman's friends, and they're like, no, they broke up, and this guy has been like showing up unannounced to like a bunch of things of her stuff. And like all of this was just all like happening really like literally in Nebraska in the 402 right in our backyard, and it's in Omaha. It's just so crazy and it's scary, and like it even has like a little bit of a connection to like another country or two other countries, I'm pretty sure. Then where are we? So basically, after that, no one knew, or after the texts, no one knew where this woman was, and her son and her husband, or ex-husband, reported her missing. And also, she was supposed to go work for, like, she's an in-home caregiver, and she was supposed to go work for one of her clients, and she didn't reply to them that next day. So people were like, yo, what's up? This woman doesn't miss like work like this. This is crazy. This is scary. We need to figure this out. Even another crazy part that actually kind of helps, I guess, figure this out, or not even kind of helps figure this out, but the lady was driving her son's Ford Fusion because her car was in the shop. And when the like sheriff's deputies found her Ford Fusion. They found the car, but the trunk liner was missing. Oh, that was my dinner. That was my dinner. Her trunk liner was missing, or the trunk liner was missing in the Ford Fusion. So like, they're like, no. You kind of, like, I've watched enough episodes of like Law and Order and everything. Like, you know what's kind of happening or what's going down. And then after that, I guess their biggest suspect, or one of their main suspects, I don't know, according to this, was the dude who allegedly killed her. And they went to go interview him, and the guy said that he showed texts with the lady that he was in Topeka, Kansas, and that he wasn't anywhere near there or anything. But investigators searched his phone, and the cell tower, his phone pinged off the cell tower near the Good Life Bar and her house. And like the woman's phone last pinged off the cell tower at like 2:30 a.m. that night. Like all this is super fishy, and it's all like basically solved, or not basically solved, but a lot of this was thanks to the guy who allegedly killed her, the guy's friend. The guy told his old military friend about the argument and how they were arguing and throwing stuff, and then basically she was dead. And the guy's friend basically called his buddy who's a sheriff's deputy in Texas and told the sheriff's deputy everything, that like the guy was in Cancun, Mexico, and the investigators figured out that he took a plane from Kansas City to Houston and left his car in Kansas City and then flew to Mexico, and then he was officially detained in Belize. I don't know where Belize is. Is that another country? That's not, I don't know. But he was detained there, and now he's arrested. And I just think that's like so crazy and scary and creepy, and I can't believe that happened. And it was like, it was just like this poor woman that was just like at a date at this sports bar, and it's just insane. And other than that, like, that's all I have to say today. Like, I have this privilege of talking about Nebraska, and I'm like always going to talk about these crazy, sad, scary stories. But I mean, true crime and everything, it's super popular on Netflix and everywhere for a reason. People like this stuff, so I'm going to try and talk about it. And I'm not going to really like try and make jokes and anything like during this stuff. I know you guys come to me for jokes and stuff, but like I'm not going to do that. But other than that, thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the sub button, hit the like button. Go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, at Go Big Ready. You can follow the podcast page at Nebraska Uncensored on Instagram. So let's get that built up. And don't forget that sub button on YouTube. Other than that, have a good day. GBR is always Fook the Hawks.